First, I want to mention, sometimes people say, well, Gil, what's a good city? I say, well, a good city is a city where a child on a tricycle or a person on a wheelchair can safely and joyfully go anywhere. So we should think, in our neighborhoods, can a child on a tricycle or a person on a wheelchair go anywhere? People used to. By the way, I lost a lot of images, so if you want to see them, if you want to sit here, facing this way, otherwise you're going to miss 80% of my talk. The slides are more powerful. Also, I'm going to have lots of examples of playgrounds. But we can do it again. That's why when Councilor Lily invited me, I immediately said yes, because I love Toronto, I live in Toronto. I ran once in a lifetime. I'm not a politician, but no one wanted to run against Tory, so I thought that it was about ideas. And I want you to think about this project that you are doing. I mean, you got the school, the Board of Education, the Catholic Board, the City of Toronto, and all of you, citizens. I mean, you can do it. If not you, then who? And if not now, when? This opportunity will come out. You gotta think, how do we want to live? How do we want to live? If we want children to walk to school, we need to do small schools so that the catchment area is small. But the province for the last 15 years has been amalgamating schools and these gigantic elementary schools where the catchment area is gigantic and it's more difficult. So we need to decide, how do we want to live? Well, originally I'm from Bogota, Colombia, where I was commissioner. I built over 200 parks, also took an open streets program, and created the world's largest pop-up park where every Sunday 1 out of 5 citizens go out. And I've been living in Toronto for the last 25 years, this May. And I've been lucky that I have worked in over 350 cities in every continent. And I've seen some of the playgrounds like this one in Hong Kong. And sometimes it's not even about any plastic, but it's natural. But when you put any of these, you can allow children to go up and climb. And not only children, people of all ages. Children of all ages. These are magnificent, and these are the possibilities that your playground could bring. And when I go to any of the cities, people always say, hey, Ken, what's 880 cities? Well, 880 cities has a simple concept. Imagine, what if everything that you did in Willowdale and in the schools, everything, the sidewalk, the crosswalk, the park, the library, the restaurant, the bus stop, everything had to be great for an 8-year-old and an 80, not an 82, 88, and 80 as an indicator. Because if it's good for the 8 and it's good for the 8, it's going to be good for everyone, from 0 to over 100. And we need to stop building the city as if everybody was 30-year-old and athletic, and create a Toronto for everyone. But here we're at the school, and it's really amazing. I'm not an expert in this school or in the specific area. Of course, I've been around many times. But I have some ideas based on what Lily and her staff told me about the school. One of the things that I think is that the schools are not just schools. I mean, working with the Board of Education in Alaska, I said, you know, the schools could be community hubs. This was working in Copenhagen, where all of these schools is fantastic. This is the playground. The playground during the daytime is only for those schools. After school, after 4 p.m., Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, is for everybody. And when they need to put fence, they put it as transparent as possible so that anybody can see. And also, transparent fences are a lot safer than any other. I mean, the schools could be community hubs. The schools really are the heart of the neighborhood. I mean, we talk about climate change and sustainability, but the main issue of sustainability is what if the existing infrastructure has multiple uses? The schools could be, I mean, we have schools in every neighborhood. The schools could be the capital of the neighborhood. We should work together, the city and the boards of education, the Catholic and the public, and open up the schools. They were paid by the same taxpayer that pays parks and all of this. Imagine every single neighbor having a community center, a community hub. It's right there. All we gotta do is open it. And I talk to the city and they say, oh, the boards of education are so stubborn. And I talk to the boards and they say, oh, the city is so stubborn. I think it's a little bit of both. imagine this playground, magnificent, having these possibilities of having flowers being sold in certain times, and having grandparents and grandchildren playing when there is no school time, or also doing activities and physical, and maybe having, this is the place for the farmers market. It could be amazing, the thing they could do, having urban gardening, allotment gardens. You know, there is no such thing as bad weather, it's bad clothing. I was working in Gothenburg, Sweden, it was raining really hard, the kids didn't even mind, they didn't even notice. And the playground is for winter, the playground is for 52 weeks of the year. It's not just for the summer, we're gonna do programs, activities in the winter. Let's have a pizza oven so people can come, and let's do Tai Chi. This is gonna be the future city builders. It's amazing. This is the mayor of London, progress. He said we need people to be active. So he created the mile, the daily mile. Every single school in London, one of the recess that was only 10 minutes became 20 minutes. And they encouraged all of the students to run or walk 1 mile every day. Not in shorts and no, just in the regular clothes. Amazing, every school, because they want people to be physically active. So instead of eliminating and making recess shorter, no, it's making recess longer. And look at this. Dancing with strangers. This could be here. Your playground, imagine. The neighbors coming in and dancing with strangers. Why not? So, I mean, also people gotta get to school. The kids gotta get to school. 80% of the kids used to walk or bike to school. Now it's only 20%. Why? Because people feel that it's not safe. I mean, we cannot accept, it doesn't make sense that we accept as normal that the biggest threat of any child is to be killed by a driver. It's like the wolf of 200 years ago. No, that shouldn't even cross our minds. We can make it safe. We can make it safe. We know how to make it safe. Lowering the speed and changing the engineering and so on. This is a precious cargo. Kids should be able to walk. In the elementary school, every kid in every elementary school should learn how to ride bikes. And the streets and the things. Look at Portland, they have a bike bus. Look at this.
Remember being in a bike gang when you were a kid? Well, every Wednesday morning in the Portland Public School District,
let's get some bells going!
a small trickle of bikes forms around 8 a.m.
When I say bike, you say bus! Bike! Bike!
Sorry, basically every Wednesday they go, Wednesdays, bike buses. And they go to school from different points, and they pick up other kids along the way, and his parents and his volunteers, and it's amazing. Just go to Google and put bike bus, Portland's bike bus. Now they're doing it in multiple other cities, right? We could do it here. Also, some other people have walking Wednesdays and things like that. So it's amazing. All school streets, in front of the schools, people are closing all of the streets in front of the schools. In Paris, the mayor, Anne Hidalgo, has closed more than 300 schools, and she's going to go to 700 by the end of this year. 20% are for the day, 80% permanent. And then they build all those beautiful, they bring plants and trees, and it becomes another play area for the school, another play area for the community. All of a sudden, the people that live there have a new park, a new public space. If Paris does it, why not? Look at London. London also has their own school. For example, they eliminated all of the drop-off zones, because when you have drop-off zones, it pollutes, it poisons the air for the next 2 hours that is in the classrooms that are closed. They've done over 400 schools in the 31 boroughs, like all of the wards in the city. It's doable. Why not? If they can do it in Paris, why not Toronto? We have sometimes a small mind and we say, oh, but we're better than Mississauga. And Mississauga says we're better than Winnipeg. And then, no, Toronto has to benchmark with the best cities in the world. Well, this is Canada. School streets and green communities and ADD is doing it. Now it's being funded by the Ministry of Health at the national level. So the Canada School Street, this is Markham. The mayor of Markham and the Board of Education in Markham working in partnership, and they are doing it. But let me show you some examples of playgrounds. Why do playgrounds? Why are you all of here so interested? And I thank you so much. It's because of the benefits. If you do a really, really nice playground, it's going to be good for culture, education, and recreation, environment, transportation, health, building community, economic development. It's really, really, really important. It's not just fun and games. It's much more than that. Look at this. Most of the playgrounds in the US, in the schools, are pavement like this. And in Canada too. Look what they are doing in places like New York. They have done over 300 of these. Trees and green roofs. Why so much green? Because children reduces attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. Look at this one. But they said, we'll change this if and only if you open do the 7 to 4 for the school. After 4 is for the community. Look at this, so nice. It has allotment gardens and the soccer field. And again, yeah, it's in artificial turf. Because if you do natural grass, with so many kids, it's gonna be just dirt. So it's gonna be artificial. But it has look at all those trees, fantastic. So don't put grass, but put trees. Look at this one. Changing the parking lot. By the way, I just kept thinking when I saw the design that if you turn the parking lot into playground, you would have a playground that would be 40% bigger. It's food for thought. 40% bigger. You want 40% more playground, or you want parking lot? This is just an example to get you thinking. But look at this. This is also Canada. Evergreen. They did it in Milton. This is how it was. This is how it is. Really, this is like someone was saying green, yeah, and not green on that places. This is the school, an elementary school in Milton, here in Folsom. This is the Green Schools America. This is the trend. People are eliminating all of those, just pavement and getting trees. I mean, be the change, be the change. Yeah, nobody said it was gonna be easy. Change is hard. Usually because change, usually the people that are opposing are the ones that show up. So please, all of you that want a magnificent playground, please show up. Show up. Because you are going to transform that playground into something magnificent. Or if you don't show up, then they're going to do just more of the same, which is easier. I mean, we got to have a mental change. Believe in your school, believe in the Board of Education, the Catholic, believe in the city, believe in yourselves. Create a playground that is going to help you be healthier and happier. Because we really got to manage the city and the boards differently. There is not going to be a Martian coming down to say, oh, I'm going to make the playful schools and communities in Willowdale so much nicer. It's up to all of you working together. Everybody has to participate. Be bold. Do alliances between the Catholic board and the city and the citizens and your school. The principal is a champion. It could be fantastic. All of you to develop that shared vision, but also you need action. The vision is like the image on a puzzle. Then it doesn't matter which piece of the puzzle you are doing, as long as there are pieces of the same puzzle. And with the shared vision and lots of action, you're going to create an amazing playground for the school